Can you sum this race up in one word?
I actually can't.
Because it was that dull.
Dull and
Sky
Go
Go
messed everything up.
I'm not sure why Sky Go has been that bad recently.
It's like, surely it would depend on the Wi-Fi, but it's like, even here, it's terrible.
And it's better this week. We've got improved setup here. We've got one camera there, which I'm going to wave to. One camera over there.
I'm not waving to it.
So we've only got two, which is going to make my life a lot easier. But welcome to the Unbiased Formula One podcast channel, which exists now. We're going to put all the podcasts in one place, so it's a lot easier instead of looking at my channel, so I can keep my channel relatively clean. And
Mexico.
The F1 podcast channel will have pure F1 content, which will be good. And we have videos planned for the summer and stuff.
We do.
Not sure what yet, but we're gonna have something coming out soon.
We'll have some good content.
Yeah, roll the intro. Okay, so qualifying. Quickly touch on that. Did you watch qualifying?
Did I watch qualifying?
No, you didn't. I think you did.
No, I did.
You did watch qualifying.
Yeah, because I said
Hulkenberg
as soon
into the
as,
gravel.
yeah, saw Hulkenberg off into the gravel. How did he do that again?
He just went off. He was just attacking, too aggressive, went into the gravel, bang, lost his front wing. And then I think they replaced the wing in like 5 minutes, went out, put a lap in, P16, got knocked out by his teammate, Ricardo.
Oh, yeah.
Which was interesting. Did the Mexico podcast with Seb, and he said that Hulkenberg's better than Bottas. He agreed with you, but then he's changed his mind the other day when he saw Hulkenberg into the gravel. Stroll, can I just quickly say this is a great stat. He's out in Q1 for 9 races in a row. 9 races.
It doesn't surprise me one bit for him.
I mean, admittedly, 4 of them were in a Williams last year. You can kind of write yourself off for that, but you're in a Racing Point. That's not a bad car. Although this weekend they had a bit of a shocker. So Bottas storms to a pole, 0.6 seconds to Hamilton, and then Vettel was 0.8 behind Bottas, and Verstappen fourth, splitting the Ferraris with Leclerc 5th.
I saw a stat though about Bottas's that lap, and apparently that was one of the quickest, one of the quickest laps between margins between first and second in this turbo hybrid era. Which I was like,
did you watch the onboard? I think I sent it to you, but that was unreal. Like the onboard, I don't know why it was just that lap, but I was just like, wow, that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Destroyed Hamilton by 0.6 in qualifying at his track.
But
in qualifying,
Hamilton did have a problem. That was known.
It didn't make a difference.
No, that made a big difference. It was, what was it?
The battery
charge,
wasn't charging or something.
Yeah, that's a huge difference with these cars.
Yeah, but
come on.
But
it's a big difference.
It is a big difference, but I'm not sure it affected his lap. Well, Vettel was only 2 tenths behind Hamilton, and no one could match Bottas. He was like half a second up in the middle sector.
No, yeah, Bottas was
just unreal.
That was just incredible.
And then before the race, just quickly, I saw this on Twitter. Hamilton comes on a team radio before the race. So the pit lane opens like half an hour before the race, I think, or 40 minutes or something. And the drivers all go out, and they go out, and they come through the pit lane, and they keep going out basically, and then they go to the grid. When Vettel went out and he did a lap, came into the pit lane, and he obviously went out again and then went to the grid. He was doing like a burnout on the pit entry, and Hamilton was storming up behind him, and they almost had a massive crash before the race even started. Thoughts on that?
That just, I really don't know, because I saw it, because you sent the video, and I was like, I didn't realise he was doing burnouts, but I just thought that was such a weird move from Vettel to be going that slow at the start of the pits there. But then
in
I was
that
also
position as well.
Yeah, in that position. I also thought though, Hamilton surely must have seen him a bit before, so I was like, maybe Hamilton was coming a bit too quick. But no, if it was Vettel doing burnouts, why is he doing them there?
I don't know. He's not even on the grid. He's in the pit lane.
Yeah, that is the worst place. If it did end up with them both crashing and not being able to start.
Imagine the headlines.
Oh man.
Vettel takes out Hamilton before the race has even started.
That would have been the biggest meme of F1 of all time.
Hamilton said on the radio, Vettel was driving really dangerously on the pit entry. But that was pretty scary. And then for the race start, we've said in previous podcasts that Bottas had been the bloke to beat off the line. He said he had a clutch issue or something when he released it, and Hamilton jumps him, and it was pretty tasty in turn one.
Well, the past two races, Hamilton's been getting a better start. It's exactly what I said to you the other day with this. Like, Hamilton, like in Baku, got a better start, but he wasn't aggressive enough, like through turns 1 and 2, to get the move. Because if he'd got that move done in Baku, he would have won the race. This time he was aggressive. He kept on it. He got the place, and he went on to win it. Because this is it. Like I was saying, it's his track. He likes it. He knows what he knows what to do. Oh, what? Don't fall.
Just knocking your Lucozade over out
I
of
do.
shot
It's
there.
annoying me. Keep knocking over.
It was pretty spicy in turn one with Vettel though.
It was, yeah.
Did you see the start of the race? Or was it all pixelated for you?
No, I missed the whole race. I woke up about. No, I didn't miss the whole race. I woke up about like 20 laps in, or like 18 laps. So I saw most of it.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah.
I saw
the start later on anyway. And yeah, I was.
You know it's a bad race when they keep replaying the start.
Yeah.
Just keep showing all of the angles.
There's nothing else happening. Literally, when you watch the highlights, it goes from like lap 1 to lap 5 to lap 18.
Yeah, my notes go from lap 1 to lap 12.
Yeah.
So Vettel was on the outside. He took the lead like momentarily.
Yeah, I saw that, and then he locked up, didn't he?
Locks up being late, and that ruined his tyres basically.
Yeah, because he had a huge flat spot, and he was saying even before coming around the final corner on the first lap that he was feeding it already. I remember Martin Brundle saying like, that's going to feel like going down that straight like you're driving with a 50 pence for a tyre instead. And I was like,
it was. So Bottas got a massive snap of oversteer as well on the exit of turn 1. It was literally opposite lock like that, and I was like, oh my god. Like,
I think he was just a bit hasty, like Vettel was in Bahrain. You know, he just got on the acceleration
too aggressive.
Too quick.
I think he lost downforce as well behind Hamilton.
Yeah,
and then the thing is, Vettel and Leclerc just like they ruin each other's races basically. We'll talk about later on. They kind of screwed each other over. But like when Vettel he locked up and he went wide, he kind of put Leclerc like onto the gravel and he lost a place, and then Vettel lost a place to Verstappen who went on the outside. It was just messy from Ferrari. When are they ever going to do something?
What they need to do is just realise that team orders do ruin races. Because you just need to let them race and do their own thing. And
there's nothing between lap 1 and lap 12. It's basically strategies just playing out.
What was it with the first lap? It was who else? Because I swear someone got a jump on someone else as well. Like there were a couple other like people.
Gasly got forced out wide, turn 3. He was forced out wide. But
Magnussen, was it?
Magnussen or Leclerc or somebody.
Yeah.
The Haas were quite quick this weekend. Or Haas. How do you say that? Haas? I say Haas.
Just going to go with Rich Energy.
Rich Energy, the black and gold team.
No, I always say Haas. No, you got me thinking about it.
Let us know in the comments. So lap 12, Ferrari swap Leclerc with Vettel. Or the other way around, Vettel lets Leclerc pass because he was all over him. Yeah. Because of that flat spot was really hurting him. They waited 12 laps to get that job done. That they were like 10, 12 seconds off the pace of Hamilton in the lead. They lost 12 seconds in 12 laps. They should have done it like lap 4, lap 5, like even before that.
Done it instantly.
Yeah, do it straight away.
Yeah, as soon as they saw that Vettel would struggle with that flat spot, just let the other driver who's not got any problems go.
And if it doesn't work, then you can let him go later on. That's the whole point. And Vettel pits quite early actually, lap 17. He put fresh tyres on, completely ruined by that flat spot. His pace was terrible in that first stint, which I was a bit surprised at because you remember in pre-season testing, everyone was saying about Ferrari being the quickest. It's just not happened, does it?
No, I mean that's the thing. There's always pre-season testing. Ferrari go out and show their whole, they show their whole hand, and it's like, oh, they're going to do so well because Mercedes aren't looking too good. And then where it actually matters, that's when Mercedes shows up.
Mercedes just sandbag.
So I've never noticed that's
just having a look. I'm not sure that was there last time. The sprinkler that's just hanging out.
I feel like it. loud that has to be to hear it up here.
What was that? It's so childish. What was that?
I feel like that
Was that a bird or someone actually having?
It must have been someone who's just walking through the courtyard there.
What the hell was that? Vettel, pits for fresh tyres, and then he comes out.
The next thing, Kvyat making big boy moves.
Oh yeah, Kvyat, the torpedo, lap 25, was going past Raikkonen. Just quickly on Raikkonen, kind of ruined his own race at the start. He went wide, did you see? He was like on the gravel and then he just went last by like 10 seconds basically.
Oh yeah, he went
1, 2, 3, 4.
to the back, yeah.
He just went off and he was last. So I looked at the standings and I was like, why is Kimi last by like 15 seconds?
Yeah.
But he got passed by Kvyat. Pretty decent move, if I say so myself. You never overtake people there.
That was a weird place, and he got that done really well because it didn't look like he was close enough to make a move, especially on the outside. And then he somehow went quicker than Raikkonen round the outside and got it done. I thought that was possibly like move of the season already.
Move of the season so far.
Like that was amazing.
Kvyat, I mean, he's quite a good driver.
And then it was the same lap, wasn't it, or next lap against Magnussen?
Yeah.
Wasn't it? That was.
What was that? Kvyat and Magnussen.
Kvyat and Magnussen, yeah.
Yeah.
Was that lap? Or was that later on?
I can't remember. That it was.
I think that was that lap.
It was like a few laps where there was a flurry of overtakes, but on the whole there wasn't too much. Lap 36. See, this skipped 11 laps. It was just strategies.
We're halfway through the race already.
The strategies were just playing out at this point. It gets spicy in like 2 laps time, but lap 36, Vettel passes Leclerc. They do it at turn 4/turn 5, where Kvyat passed Raikkonen. Why didn't they do that on the massive straight? Like, it's one of the longest straights in F1. And they lost like 4 seconds to the Mercedes and Verstappen in front by doing that.
Need to get rid of their strategist.
What is the point?
It's terrible.
If me and you can tell that, why can't like a strategist that's being paid like 100k a year?
Yeah.
It's just, I just don't get it. And Ferrari have had terrible strategies for years. I can't remember the last time Ferrari had a good strategy. Exactly.
Back in the Schumacher days.
The Schumacher days, yeah.
Man,
well,
even the strategy just then was like, you've got the best car on the grid, just go drive it.
you've got the best car, just pit whenever you want, you'll still be first. Literally Mercedes nowadays.
Although we're never, like, that's just a slightly off topic, which would more something that we talk about over the summer when we do like general topics. We are never going to witness this again. What's happened? First 5 races, 1-2 in each race.
People will be talking about this for years to come.
Yeah.
And yes, it is boring before the keyboard warriors come down.
I was about to say that, it may be boring, you can call it boring, but this is not going to happen again.
But every sport has, like we said in the last podcast, every sport has periods of domination.
Yeah.
Like
you get, it's like at the moment, I like my basketball, rep my boys, had to. But at the moment we have the Warriors, which has been the past, 4-5 years, just been them. It's boring to see them.
Was going to
say
Spanish teams in the Champions League, but unlucky Barcelona.
Don't even get me
who do you want to win the Champions League?
No, don't. I'm annoyed.
Oh
about
yeah,
that.
the Ajax result. Yeah, I'd like to. I don't want to see Tottenham win. I don't have anything against. Well, I just don't like Tottenham. Not going to lie.
I would rather Liverpool over Tottenham, definitely. But I just don't want to see Jordan Henderson lifting the Champions League trophy.
Well, you know, it's a great moment for me and my family. That is off topic.
That's completely on topic. Champions League is fixed.
Lap 46. Stroll. This is the best moment of the race. Best moment of the season so far. Stroll pulls out.
What? You're just going to disregard the whole of Bahrain?
Yeah, no, just Stroll. This is the best Stroll, the funniest Stroll moment of the entire. Well, the funniest Stroll moment is when he crashed in Baku, just turned and then just turned into the barrier. That was his number 1 moment. Number 2 was this. Stroll and Norris collide at turn 2. That brings out a safety car. Basically, Norris was trying to overtake him, and Stroll defends the inside, and then they're side by side going through turn 1, a right-hander, and then Norris has the inside for turn 2, hangs his car in there. Stroll just turns like there's nobody there, bang, off into the gravel, out. Norris has suspension damage and puncture, etc.
So you make it sound like that's Stroll. Like you
I think it's more Stroll than it was to Norris because they're side by side.
Yeah,
but,
I think so.
But there is an anti-Stroll brigade, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, definitely we're both very much against Stroll, and especially me, I really hate Stroll. But as much as I do want to pin that blame on him, and it is mostly his fault because he completely closes the door on him. It's like he didn't even check his mirrors. I feel like Norris was slightly a bit too far back, and a more experienced driver would have either
Backed out.
Yeah, would have backed out or would have done a better move. Broke a little bit later than Stroll to get closer to the side of him, so that Stroll has to give him more space. Because I feel like he didn't get close enough for Stroll to be like, oh, I can respect him because it's Lance Stroll, he respects no one.
Do you see? We'll get on quickly. Did you see Verstappen's team radio in qualifying? Basically, there was a moment where he was coming up to the last chicane, and Stroll just completely blocks him and ruins his exit for a lap.
Oh yeah, I saw
and
that.
And then this guy on the team radio, his engineer, was like, "Yep, Stroll's starting a time lap. Watch out for him." And he was like, "Him, he's ruined my lap. So he can wait." There's going to be a lot of bleeps in that, but that was actual what he said. Just quickly, do you think there was any similarities between Stroll and Norris as there was Verstappen and Ocon Brazil last year?
Any similarities?
Because Stroll left it hanging. Ocon left it hanging in there, and Verstappen turned, expecting him not to be there. Bang! They both went off. It's a very similar incident.
Well, I feel like this one's more of a racing incident than the other one was, because that one obviously
was ridiculous.
That was Verstappen being stupid and having too big an ego.
A lapped car.
Yeah, it's a lap car trying to unlap himself, which he has every right to do, and he's going much quicker than you. Like that. Oh, you're going to get me started on it again.
That was a whole different, different scenario.
I'm pretty sure we talked about this in China or something when we had nothing else to talk about.
Oh yeah, we were just filling because China is so dead.
We're doing the same again now, aren't we? Because this one was a dead one. We're already almost.
This wasn't as bad as China. At least there was action.
I mean, yeah, there's a little bit of action, but we're already on lap 46. We've only got 20 left.
I know. This is going to be a half an hour podcast. We've done 20 minutes already, so.
Oh man.
Another 10 minutes. I think we could drag this out to another 10 minutes. Or do you get more ad revenue if you make it to 30 minutes? I don't know.
I don't know. We're not making any ad revenue
I think it's
anyway.
we're making a big fat £0 and 0p from this.
That's improvement. Before we were having to pay YouTube to put up videos.
It was so bad they wanted us to pay them. So your final verdict on that Stroll and Norris incident, racing incident, or Stroll?
It was called a racing incident, wasn't it? Yeah, I'd say okay because they both went out in the end. But if like Stroll ended up carrying on that and Norris went out, I would have said Stroll should have got a penalty because it was more Stroll's fault than Norris. But yeah, both of them are inexperienced. Well, Stroll's not inexperienced. He's been in, 3 years
2017, 2018, third season in F1.
Yeah, he's in his third season. So he should be more experienced than he is, but he's a terrible driver. So, Yeah, and then Norris is a rookie. So more experienced drivers would have known what to do there, would have left the gap or would have backed out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
a racing incident.
It's a racing incident. That's what they called it.
But if I was Norris, like they always say, the rule is you got to be like half a car length alongside. He was well alongside. Like,
oh yeah.
If I was him, like he was like, sorry guys, like yeah, sorry. I don't think it was his fault.
No, I don't think it was Norris's fault at all. But it's just where I think he would, if it was someone like, Hamilton or Bottas or someone like that, they would have known if it was up against Stroll,
just
who
back out.
is a terrible driver. Yeah, just back out.
Just wait until the straight and then get him in the DRS.
It's like most drivers rule with Verstappen.
Magnussen.
Just let it go. Yeah,
Magnussen,
Verstappen,
Stroll, and
Grosjean.
Grosjean.
These guys, like you just know, if you're coming up against them, just leave them.
We've got some classic Grosjean moments coming up actually.
Dear. Grosjean.
He does a lot of cooking, doesn't he? I think he's got his wife. Has he got a cookbook or his wife or somebody?
I thought
he does a lot of cooking. A cookery channel. Grosjean.
No, that's Sainz. Sainz does a lot of cooking, I think.
No, that's Grosjean. I'm pretty sure it's Grosjean.
I think they both. What does Sainz do then?
No, because we watched the Netflix documentary where Sainz was eating a curry watching Real Madrid. That's what you're thinking of. With his dad.
Yeah, but I think Sainz
doesn't mean he cooks. He probably just got a takeaway.
I think he does actually cook though as well. Sainz. I don't know. He's Spanish.
Hamilton definitely does not cook anything. He's a personal vegan chef.
Just plant-based actually. He doesn't call it vegan. It's just
plant-based. Okay.
It's probably the same.
But he went to Greg's on the way back.
He went to Greg's.
Yeah.
He got that vegan sausage roll, I bet, from there.
I've had a vegan sausage roll from Greg's. It's very similar to the normal sausage roll.
You take that back.
No, but I think someone, either my mum or somebody, or one of my friends just bought a few sausage rolls and didn't realise they were vegan ones. Generally, I ate it like it was a normal one, but you can tell by the pastry it's a different pattern. That is off topic, but if you're going to Greg's, do bear that in mind and don't make the mistake that I did.
I'd swing at someone out if they brought me back a vegan sausage roll. I'd drop them.
Lap 47, I'm not sure whether you saw this, but there was there was a lot of tasty action as soon as the safety car was deployed, and lap 46, there was gravel and crap all over the circuit.
You didn't put that in though, I forgot to put that as well. Hamilton really benefited from that safety car, didn't he?
Yeah, because Bottas pitted the lap before.
Yeah. And then,
if that would have been a lap after, that would have been tasty.
Yeah. They probably would have double stacked then, I reckon, the Mercedes.
Yeah.
If it was
probably.
If it came the lap before.
But that safety car basically guaranteed the win for Hamilton.
Yeah. I think he had it anyway, but
it was out for 5 or 6 laps actually.
Yeah.
But in between there was a lot of people coming into the pits, including the torpedo, Danny Kvyat, and his teammate Albon. They tried to do a Mercedes and double stack. Came in, wasn't expecting Kvyat, and he was sat there for about 20 seconds with no tyres. So Albon came in and was just sat there. And was like, oh, that's just ruined his race. But Kvyat did finish P9. Spoiler alert. Good points. He actually had really good pace this weekend. Good driver. Should he have got dropped from Red Bull? Let us know in the comments. A bit harsh.
Should he got dropped?
Every time he gets dropped, Verstappen wins the race. So.
Well, I mean, when he was with Red Bull, he was terrible. He won, he got third, once.
That wasn't a great car, though, was it? It wasn't a race-winning car.
No,
Only when Mercedes take each other out, they started winning races, like in Spain.
Yeah.
Which was a good moment. Best moment of 2016.
I tried to forget
2016 was a tougher year for you as a big Lewis fan.
It was,
so yeah, there was a lot of pit action. Albon actually didn't finish in the top 10. Toro Rosso have been really quick this weekend. Lap 52 was a safety car restart, and Hamilton and Bottas basically pull away and go into the sunset.
That was a good restart. I thought that was really
spicy on the straight.
Yeah,
because like Gasly and Leclerc and
you had
Verstappen.
What was it? Gasly almost took Leclerc, and then he lost out, and then almost got took by Magnussen. And it was like, wow, it's all happening for him.
Yeah, the Magnussen Gasly battle. Everyone apart from every Danish person was backing Gasly there, because he Gasly lost out, had a bad line. They were side by side, and I was like, oh my god, he's my turbo driver. Just don't. No. Magnussen is there. Just don't mess up. And so we shall see. That was the safety car restart, and then Grosjean has to go past the bollard like 5-6 times.
Oh my god, he started making up his own route.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it looked quite fast going wide past the bollard. It looked quicker to do that than it was to stay on the circuit.
I think the whole reason for it is like not just for like a safe entry back onto the track, but also because it takes about the same amount of time, I reckon. So that's why he never got penalised for doing it 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
3 laps in a row he went off on that same place and took the same line. I think they didn't do anything about it because it probably looked like it was about the same, because there was one of them when it was against Sainz, I think, and he ended up coming out still in front of Sainz, and I was like, surely you'd have to get the place back.
Yeah.
Never heard anything from it, so I guess they.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird.
Happened again. What the hell was it?
I don't know what that noise is, but we're gonna brush over that noise that's just happened.
It's got to be some rubber or something.
Thankfully Gasly stayed in front of Magnussen. Is Magnussen the dirtiest driver ever in F1?
No, Jos Verstappen.
Jos Verstappen?
I've said this once, I'll say it again. Jos Verstappen is not only the worst driver of all time, but he's the dirtiest driver
He's
of all
worse
time.
than Stroll.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, he's worse than Stroll. At least Stroll hasn't ruined a guy for going and win the race. Juan Pablo Montoya. Brazil, 2001. I think it was then.
Not that you hold grudges from 18 years ago. So lap 58, Sainz passes Grosjean.
You German now?
Yeah, I've just gone a bit Dutch there. Sainz passes Grosjean, and Grosjean goes wide again, like 4 laps in a row. Grosjean went from P8, because Haas were P7, P8. He went from P8 to P10 in like 2 laps. Yeah, so Grosjean had an issue that he didn't report, basically, you're saying.
Yeah, can't remember what it was now, but yeah, apparently he had some sort of issue which slowed him down. That's why he went from P8 to P10 within 2-3 laps. I wish I could say more, but I can't remember.
Interesting. The that Sainz was battling with Ricciardo at the start of the race. Ricciardo just sort of vanished out of the top 10, didn't finish in the points again. And Sainz fights his way up in the McLaren home Grand Prix, probably spurred on by the crowd. Quite a big crowd actually, like 160, 170k.
Yeah, I think it was 165, 170, yeah.
Quite a lot of people. So yeah, Grosjean drops from P8 to P10 pretty quickly. Then finally, lap 66, Hamilton takes the win. His fastest lap, the fastest lap of the race, so he got an extra point, was on used soft tyres. Used softs. And yeah, he beats everyone on fresh mediums and stuff.
Yeah.
Don't know whether that was an interesting point or not, but that just sort of shows the pace of Mercedes at the moment.
You know, I was actually surprised though with the Renaults not doing good again, and you know Sainz doing so well, because apparently Renault brought in a new engine apparently for this race, which was ahead of schedule. That was going for both the McLarens and the Renaults. So it's weird that the Renault didn't do as well with it, and obviously McLaren did keep up how they've been doing, because it seems to be that McLaren are the better car now with the Renault engine, which is...
That camera's about to die because it's flashing red at me, so if that dies we'll just look at that one.
All right.
Side note. So yeah, the top 10 was Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen on the podium, and then Vettel, Leclerc.
Do it like WTF1 do. Yeah.
Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen, Vettel, Leclerc, Gasly, Magnussen, Sainz, Kvyat, Grosjean. DNFs. Stronach.
Doesn't sound right at all.
No. Top 10 was Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen, Vettel, Leclerc, Gasly in 6th, Magnussen 7th, Sainz 8th, Kvyat 9th, Grosjean gets the point. Stroll and Norris with DNFs with that incident. Hamilton leads the title by 7 points now.
That's a big...
Bottas.
That's the thing, like Bottas, have they both won? No. Who's won more then? Because it's been 5 races. Hamilton's won more. Yeah.
3, I think.
How did Bottas have a 1 point lead then?
Because Bottas has won 2 races, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Baku and...
I don't know. I'm
Bar,
not good
no.
with maths.
Baku in Australia.
Yeah, I'm not good.
Hamilton's got 3 wins. Yeah, so Hamilton leads by 7 points in the standings. Verstappen's 3rd now for Red Bull in 66, and then
he brought it back, didn't he? Because he was 3rd and then he was 4th because of Vettel.
And then Vettel was on 64 and Leclerc is on 57. Mercedes in the constructors, is it already over?
Pretty much. They might as well give it to them.
They're on 217 after 5 races.
Almost 100 points ahead already.
There's 21 races this season. Ferrari on 121, Red Bull on 87. Predictions from Monaco, I think it's going to be quite a dull race.
Monaco.
You like Monaco?
I love Monaco because it's just... You think of Monaco,
it's just Monaco.
It's the typical Formula One track.
F1,
it's the glamour. It's what Formula One is. You know, it's that glamorous track. It's the only one that's left with the grid girls now as well, because everywhere else uses the weird little kids. And that. But it's because it's Monaco. You know,
Monaco is F1.
Yeah.
They have to keep it. I mean,
they can't ever take it away.
It's a pretty dead race, if I'm honest. But
yeah, it's not the best race, but it's it's iconic for Formula One. You think of Monaco, you think of Senna in the rain, going really hard, then crashing when he didn't need to, or another year doing the exact same thing but winning. Yeah. It's just that race that every driver does like because they want to win it because it's Monaco.
Hamilton going, I think he's already won 2 or 3 times there before.
Yeah, he doesn't actually have a very good track record there.
I think Red Bull are going to be quick. I think
they always are.
Verstappen might win, Gasly might get a podium.
That's why Ricciardo, did he win it last year?
Yeah, we had the engine problems.
Because the Red Bulls are very quick there, but I just feel like the Mercedes are too quick this year. I don't see even someone leaving a car like the Red Bull, which this is most suited for them, are going to do it.
It doesn't normally suit their car though, but it'll be interesting to see.
What, Monaco?
Camera has now died, so we're going to look at that one. But thanks for joining me for this podcast.
Real quick, before you go.
Before we go, have you got something to add?
You
okay.
Testing. Hello? Right, you test it.
Someone's just standing there. Someone's just walked in. Okay, so what is that? This is the light thing.
Yes, the light thing. They've done
lights.
it on WTF1, but they only do it for their, for the drivers and that, because apparently the people on the podcast aren't good enough. I did one earlier as a test. I got 0.315, which I was pretty happy with.
Okay.
You go for it.
So literally you just have to hit.
Yeah, so you tap once to start the lights, and you tap as soon as they go out.
Tap anywhere.
Yeah, tap anywhere. Or just tap on the... Takes a while.
Oh no, I'm doing that again. No.
No, you're not. Nah, that's your score. You went. You went. Hooah! Ooh, okay. Took 3, but all right.
I knew I could do better than that. Anyway, so I got a 0.26. Have a go at that. Let us know what you get.
All right, yeah, I'm doing it now. Then.
Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next
It's
time.
my podcast. How many times do I have to tell you, man?
We'll see you next time. Welcome to the channel as well.
299.
We'll see you next time. I'm going to cut here now. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Welcome to the new channel.